The MLA of North Shillong, Adelbert Nongrum, has raised a question at the Assembly session on the 13th September 2022. His grave concern is the non-existence of a medical college in the state even after 50 years of attainment of statehood. In response to the query raised by Adelbert Nongrum, Meghalaya Health Minister James Sangma said that the government has identified a new site with 50 acres land for the setting up of a 100-bedded hospital and other facilities. He also informed that the site at Mawbah has been cancelled for the project since the KPC group, which was entrusted to execute the project on PPP mode, wanted less period for 99 years, more land and change in fee structure. Currently, the state government is looking for the support from NITI Ayog to start the Shillong Medical College, informed James Sangma.
Sir, the project for construction of Shillong Medical College is under active consideration. The government is exploring to new modalities of implementation, including better terms of PPP and the possibility of seeking support from DEA, NITI Ayog, Government of India.
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you for replying made by Honorable Minister. What I want exactly, the question which I had put forth asking about the present status of the medical college at Mawbah TB Hospital Shillong. May I get a specific status about this?
Sir, I think what the Honourable Member is referring to is the fact that at one point of time, the location at Mawbah TB Hospital, that's the RP Chest Hospital, was under active consideration to be the site where we would have the Shillong Medical College. But however, sir, that particular location has a lot of complications, namely, sir, since the Honourable Member would like to know. So, number one is the approach road to that particular site. It's very narrow and would, become a problem in the future. And secondly, sir, it's a very congested area, again, which would also affect the functioning of the medical college. And sir, there are certain guidelines under the NMC which in one way, sir, disqualified this location to be considered for the Shillong Medical College.
Honorable Minister, through you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I would like to get more information, like the time when they propose this very project at that very spot. It has been proposed, if not mistaken, way back 2012. Is it correct?
Sir, I'm not aware of when it was proposed, but I can provide the information to the Honourable Member at a later point of time, sir. But if there's any other clarification we would like to know, sir. Seek. Sorry.
No, Honourable Minister, through you, Mr. Speaker, sir. So you know the fact that there is loopholes about that project. After many years, you came to realize. So what make the government realize after a few years back? May I know the reason?
Sir, I don't want to really go back to, pointing fingers at anyone, sir. But I think that as we have moved forward, sir, we have come to realize that this is a very important project, sir, and a much needed project. And if we do a project something of that scale, which is going to be a matter of prestige for the entire state, I think, sir, that due diligence has to be done. It has to be done in a proper manner, and it has to be done in a manner whereby the project becomes a viable project. And after considering all these things, sir, the government has taken up a lot of steps to ensure that this project sees the light of day, rather than stick to one location or stick to one proposal and not look at how we can make this a better and more viable project. So certain decisions were taken in that line, and which is why this is where we stand right now, sir.
In fact, Mr. Speaker, sir, I don't want to criticize the government, but just imagine, honorable members, we are being sending here by the mandate of the people. This is the need of the hour. This is the need of our youth. This is the benefit, this is going to benefit for the state. Just imagine after 10 years, Honorable Minister has not yet been able to give specific loopholes about that particular areas. May I get more information from Honorable Minister whether the site that we're going to propose this project, whether it will be in the same or maybe you have some other mind?
Sir, as I was mentioning in the course of the supplementary which the Honourable Member asked, that there were many reasons why it was decided that the RP Chest Institute at Mawbah was not feasible. So, namely because of the congestion in that area, secondly because of the fact that the approach road is very narrow, and thirdly, sir, more importantly, the NMC guidelines are there which were not, so that location was not in compliance to the NMC guidelines. Those were the reasons which I have already explained to the Honourable Member, sir. And as I said, sir, we as a government must look at how the Shillong Medical College, once it is established, becomes a viable project and doesn't become a white elephant and doesn't end up as a loss to the state exchequer. That's why, sir, due diligence is being done to ensure that when we do this project, it is done in a proper manner, sir.
No, I'm very concerned, sir, about this subject. This is a very vital subject. 50 years we had been passing through since the time of inception for state. It is really embarrassed for the state. That's why myself, I did not take part in the celebration of 50th anniversary. Why? Just imagine on the 1st August 2022, this year only, it came out in national paper that around 8,000 seat shortfall around the country. So this is the matter that we need to take serious. So may I know from Honorable Minister, have you already have a plan about the new site of this project?
Yes, sir. I think what the Honourable Member wants to know is whether we are still considering the location at Mawbah or not. So my answer is a very categorical no, sir. That area, as I just mentioned, because of these various reasons, it is not under active consideration now. We are looking for an alternative site, and I would like to inform the Honourable Member and also the other members of this august House that the Honourable Chief Minister has been kind to provide us an alternative plot of land which is to the tune of 50 acres, and we are looking at this bigger plot of land so that it can also include not just the hostel facilities but a 100-bedded hospital or maybe bigger than that, along with the medical college to go along with that project. So it becomes a more comprehensive and holistic project. So that is being taken into consideration, and we're moving forwards in that line. We have, cancelled the PPP which was there earlier with the earlier concessionaire, and we are looking at now, engaging with new parties which can give us a better deal.
Last question.
Last question. Are you sure? Okay.
You have exceeded one.
Okay. I may use words. It is a lackadaisical attitude of the government. Why? Because after 50 years, we have seen establishing of party office, which it is a sole interest for not for the state. I don't have any argument about that, but I just want to get clear information from Honourable Minister whether you are still finding out this new site, or you have had already about this site.
Sir, ad nauseum, I'm repeating myself again, sir, that I already told the honorable member just, prior to this supplementary answer
10 years
that we have, sir, I don't want to go into the past, sir. I think as a state, when we are standing at 50 years, we must look to the future, sir. And when we're looking to the future, all I'm telling the honorable member is that we are taking steps. Honorable Chief Minister has allotted 50 acres of land from the new Shillong Township, and we are moving ahead, sir. I don't know, sir, which is completely irrelevant to the question, what he's mentioning about party offices. So that is something that I think, sir, Honorable Speaker can expunge from his statement, sir.
Yeah, Vice Judge.
So, may I know from the Honourable Minister as to whether the terms of agreement that were laid for the PPP of the Shillong Medical College and that of the Tura Medical College, were there similar terms and conditions laid, sir?
No, sir. The terms were different in nature, sir.
So, if we can have, what were the differences, if that statement can be laid, sir?
So that, in a nutshell, sir, I'd like to inform the honourable member. I don't want to go into the nitty-gritties and the details of the changes, of the differences in the project type, sir. But this was a PPP project, sir, the Shillong Medical College, and the Tura Medical College would be a 100% government-run college.